Hey guys, welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm. I'm Kevin, and I just got up this morning to start some chores, and I look outside and I see another bee swarm starting. So this time it looks like they are swarming from the same exact hive that swarmed a couple days ago, but it looks like they are trying to get on one of the fruit trees here, one of the pear trees back here behind me, which is a lot better than being way up in the oak tree that they got in the other day. But let me zoom in and get a closer look at them. So they're not quite stuck on the tree yet, but I think the queen has went to that tree, and it looks like that's where they're going to be at. And it's crazy because this is the hive that we collected the other day, and they're doing good. I took a peek at them yesterday, and this is the big hive that they swarmed out of, and this looks like it's the hive that this current swarm is coming out of as well. So I'm going to try to wait and let them congregate together on that pear tree and then try to collect them. Alright, so how cool is that? I came out here to start working on all these limbs. I was going to start pruning these trees here in the yard. Already started on the oak tree here. You seen as the other day when the swarm got up in there, I had to cut these limbs to get to that swarm. So I figured if I get the dump truck and start loading these up, I might as well start pruning all these other trees. Make it a little easier to mow around all the trees and such. And I look out here at the bees and they're just going crazy again. So they swarmed again out of the main colony, and I just got done working it. I seen some more queen cells and I went ahead and got rid of them, but I did not see any fresh laid eggs. So I left one queen cell. I'm gonna have to get with some people that know a little bit more about the bees than I do and see what I need to do. But so pretty much I went from that one main colony of bees in a matter of 2 weeks. Now I have 3 hives out of that one beehive. And the original one still has a lot of bees in it. Hopefully they don't swarm again. But I'm gonna let them do their thing. I got them trapped, or I say trapped, in this nuke here. I'm gonna let them all kind of get in there. It looks like I got the queen because there was still a lot on these trees when I shook them in the box. I didn't video all that. I just posted the bee video the other day, so I don't think you guys want to see the same process. But anyways, that's pretty much what I did. Shook them in this box. And I got it set up here on this ladder. All the rest of the bees that was on this tree has kind of flew over to the nuke here. So we're gonna give them some time. I'll put them over there on the stand, but we gotta go to town and get some more bee equipment. We don't have any more of these deep hive bodies or the lids or the bottoms to put this beehive in. So that's what we're gonna do. We gotta get to town sometime today. It's Sunday. Not a lot open today, but we'll get it figured out. So I'm gonna get to pruning these trees, guys. Alright guys, so I talked about I was going to prune the trees, and when I say prune the trees, I'm not really pruning them like you would in the fall time or when you're really supposed to prune them. I'm just trying to trim them up a little bit to make them look a little bit nicer, and when I'm mowing around these trees they don't hit me in the face. As you can see, some of these are just low, and it needs to be done about every year. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. You don't want to trim back your trees or prune them too much in the spring and summertime, because if it gets too hot, the trees don't handle it very well, so you don't want to risk killing them. So I'm just going to trim them up just about head height and load the brush up and go dump it. Okay, so I'm done trimming all these trees here in the front yard. Got them trimmed up a little bit over my head, and now it's time, as you can see, it's time to pick up all these limbs, throw them in this dump truck, and we'll go dump them over in the goats pasture with the Spanish goats and see if they want to eat any of these green oak leaves. Trimmed up that cedar tree as well a little bit. So we have a full load on the dump truck of all the limbs we cut and trimmed all these oak, hickory, and one cedar tree up. We're gonna go dump it on the brush pile out here in the Spanish goat's pen. Cedar, you wanna ride, buddy? Got my sidekick with me today. You can see how much limbs we have. Pretty good load here, so let's go get it dumped. Well, I was wanting to see if the goats would come devour all these leaves, but it sounds like they're on the west side of the pasture, so they'll probably be here after a while when they come back towards the pond and the water to get a drink. But anyways, this truck sure does make work around the farm a lot easier. Super glad I found it and was able to get it running good. All right, guys, so we need to go move the chickens. The chickens are in the shop, are getting way too big to be in that brooder. It's too hot in there and they don't need the heat lamp anymore, so I'm gonna move them out. Got, I think there's 5 baby turkeys in there and several of the banty chickens that the mamas hatched that I stole from them and stuck in the brooder in the shop. So let's go try to get them moved now. All right, so we're back out here in the shop and I want to show you guys the baby quail. All the 8 quail that hatched out of Keeping It Dutch's quail eggs that he sent us are still doing good and they're still alive. Let me show you. So these guys are growing so fast. They grow so much faster than chickens, I can't believe it. But we still got all 8 and they're doing awesome. And over here, these guys are getting way too big for this tank. And they've pretty much outgrown this water, so I can fill it up and come back out here in an hour and it'll be gone and full of the bedding and such. So we need to get these guys out of here and moved over to the other rabbit hutch with the other baby chicks. All right, guys, so many of you that have been subscribed to us for a while and been watching our videos know that Dutch and us made a little barter, and in exchange for 32 of his quail eggs, he's getting a turkey that we hatched here on the farm, and he's wanting to butcher it for Thanksgiving this year. So this is the one that Dutch is probably getting. It's the biggest one we got so far. Here's a little banty rooster that hatched out. He looks just like his dad. These guys are good little chickens. Alright guys, so here are 2 of the last of the baby turkeys that hatched out, and they're still pretty small. So we are going to put them in here with the quail, and we'll watch them for a little bit to make sure they don't step on them and stuff, because they are a little bit bigger, but they're just not quite big enough to go in the pen or the cage with the other chicks and turkeys. Alright, so while I'm walking out here to the chicken coop, I'm out here at the garden. I wanted to show you guys the difference in this corn. It's been 5 days since I fertilized it and tilled it in, and we got a good rain yesterday. We got 2 more inches yesterday. But I wanted to show you guys how much of a difference the fertilizer, the straight nitrogen, works on these corn plants. So for those of you that watched the video of me, I tilled in between each row, sprinkled some 2400 straight nitrogen fertilizer on them, and these plants has pretty much doubled in size. You can go back and check the video to see for yourself. It's only been like 5 days, but things are starting to turn dark green and really shoot up quick. So if you guys are going to plant corn and vegetables, you can do okay, but if you guys do a little research or talk to some people that know what they're doing with gardens, you can really have a great harvest. And fertilizer is very important in any type of gardening or even flower beds as such. So just wanted to share that tip with you guys. So the goats heard me come through the gate, and of course they probably think I got feed. Either that or they're just being nosy, wanting to see the new babies coming to their side of the field. There they come. Stampede. All right, so we got the baby chicks moved over. We got 5 baby turkeys in here, and then all the other baby chickens. They're not real crowded, but they don't have a lot of room to walk around in here, so we're not going to keep them in here very long. Probably just a couple more weeks, and then we'll try to let them out here to kind of free range or keep them out here in the chicken coop. So we got them some fresh water and food, and the new ones are going to have to get used to walking on the screen wire for the floor or on the bottom of the cage, but let's take a closer look at them. You can see that tallest black one back there is one of the black Spanish turkeys. They're growing quite well. And then 2 Americanas right here that are the same age as those black Spanish turkey chicks. So we'll let them grow a little bit, and then we'll let them kind of free range around the place here. Alright guys, so that's pretty much all I got for today. We've got to get around and get to town to go get some of the bee boxes for the new swarm. And still got to get one for the old swarm as well, because I don't have a real lid on there. I just got a piece of plywood. But it's nice weather today. Tomorrow we got more severe storms coming, so I want to get them out of that plastic nuke and put them into a real deep body hive with the real lid, so I can kind of secure it down. Don't have to worry about the weather or anything blowing them over and killing them or disrupting their colony they got going. But fortunately I was here today again when they swarmed, because it could have been bad. They could have swarmed, and if I wasn't here, there's no telling where they would have went. They might have went way down the road. So I've been talking to some people on some Facebook groups that told me what to do about the queen ordeal on my main original hive, because there's not any eggs in the frames, and there was several queen cells, and I destroyed most of the queen cells, which everybody's telling me I probably should have left them, and they would have made their own queen to take over the hive, and that queen would have killed the other queen cells. But in my mind, I was thinking that that's why they keep swarming, is because they keep making these queen cells, hatching out new queens, and then they're leaving. So man, these bees, you live and learn. I learn something new every year we're doing it. This is the 3rd year we're doing it, and we're still learning a lot about it. And it's pretty expensive too, so it's easy to make mistakes, and those mistakes can be kind of costly. So anyways guys, thanks for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below, tell us where you came from. We appreciate interacting with you guys on the comments. We really appreciate the positive comments. So we'll see you next time guys.